Well, I've been using this OnePlus Nord as my daily driver for over a month now, and in all this time, I have received updates over updates to fix some of the issues that I had with it. So in this video, let's have a look at my experience with the OnePlus Nord. To be honest, the day I received this device, I was too eager to use it, as I've been a OnePlus 6 user since the past 2 years, which I think is still a great device even for 2020. And given how cheaper flagships used to be, it's safe to say all of us had a lot of expectations, especially after a lot of hype, and OnePlus Nord did live on some of them. Starting off with the build and design, so this device has that same glass sandwich design and it has good in-hand feel too. The weight balance is done quite nicely with that 4100 mAh battery, and it does not feel that bulky either. But I really wish it had a metallic frame instead of plastic, because this will surely stand the test of time in terms of durability. So you will have to be a bit careful while using it roughly or in your back pockets, and that's why I am a bit concerned. Well, look at this OnePlus 6. It had a metallic frame, so even after 2 years down the line, the paint did not chip off, and the device has no marks or dents even after rough usage. And that is what we expect from a sub 28-30,000 rupees device. And I'm not saying that it is a deal breaker, but just a word of caution. Rest, the design feels similar OnePlus-ish with good button placements and an alert slider too that I really appreciate on a mid-range device. Coming to the display, and I think it is a good display overall, keeping some issues aside. The colors are sharp and crisp and has good viewing angles too. Plus it also has HDR10 certification. But there is slight color shifting, and especially that pink tint issue which is visible in dark. It was there but in very less amount on my unit, and I was less bothered by that pink tint issue and more by the straight line from the camera to the bezel, as I could see it while watching movies in dark. But after the last update, that pink tint has been reduced to some extent, and it is barely visible because the minimum brightness is a bit higher now. Apart from these problems, the display is just fine. It is easily visible outdoors and gets ample light too. Anyways, if you are liking this video, make sure you subscribe to the channel and press that bell icon next to it, so that you can be the first one to know when a new video arrives. Coming to the performance and gaming aspect, so the benchmark scores of this device have been improving after every update, if you are into numbers. But if you keep that score aside, there were no slowdowns or lag as such in day-to-day usage. Given Snapdragon 765G is a mid-tier SoC, the performance has been well for the most part, and no matter if you play casual or intensive games on this device, you will have no issues at all. And even PUBG got smooth and extreme support with the 1.0 update. But I won't recommend playing that until we get an official Indian variant. But for what it's worth, that support has been added too. The other alternative, Call of Duty, runs just fine on very high graphics, with no frame drops or problems. And the heat-up was also managed quite well on this device. So the device won't disappoint you with its good performance in any scenario. Talking about the battery backup, well, as you know, this device has a good 4100 mAh battery, so the day I got it, keeping it on 90Hz was an absolute bizarre thing to do, and I had to keep it on 60Hz to make it through the day. And even after a few updates, things did start to look better. I could manage around 7 hours of screen on time even on 90Hz. But it looks like some people are still facing the idle drain issue, as seen on OnePlus forums and the comment section on my channel of course. Plus it takes less than 1 hour to charge the device from 0 to 100%, which is just great. And you can watch an in-depth charging test right here. Anyways, software wise, the device runs on Oxygen OS 10 and will be getting Oxygen OS 11 update sometime in 2020 hopefully. So it is going to be quite far from stock Android, but let's not go down that road. Well, I have quite a few complaints with the choices they made, especially Google Messages and Dialer. Both of these have fair share of issues. The Dialer app shows random notifications now and then, and the inbuilt call recorder is just buggy and won't work as it should. To listen to calls, you have to put in extra efforts, and you cannot even find those in your file manager. So those are some annoyances. Rest, the Oxygen OS is as usual bloat free and doesn't have any extra apps as such, which is really good. It does have some bugs that need a fix ASAP. So I hope OnePlus will take care of that too. Coming to the camera department, so the things have been improving over the updates. Yes, the quad camera setup on the back has been good so far, as OnePlus did roll out quite a few updates for the primary camera. And I feel that the 48 megapixel sensor has been good so far and consistent too. The images look good and colors are natural. That ultra wide angle sensor has also been good too, though it has quite less megapixels to give you a great image, but it is usable more or less and makes this whole setup a bit versatile. But don't fall for those last two cameras, because one of them will not do anything and the other one is bad and unusable in simple terms. And here is a video sample to give you guys an idea about the video quality from the OnePlus Nord. So over the past few days, I have observed some problems in the camera app. First of all, you cannot adjust FPS in slow motion videos. Second, the front camera is plain bad in artificial light and the images are grainy. And I really hope OnePlus will do something about it soon, or else it will become a deal breaker. Anyways, I am still testing out Gcam mod for OnePlus Nord, so I will share that with you guys really soon. Coming to the other tiny things, well, the fingerprint scanner is fast enough and I did not face any issues whatsoever with it. The volume buttons are tactile too, and so is the power button. The alert slider is always a good addition to have and it really helps me out. Other than this, the speakers are also loud and not the best in clarity, but good for calls and movies. Similar was the experience with front earpiece, and the calls in general were loud and clear. So finally, after using it for a month, yeah, I like it for some things and dislike too at the same time, as it is a mixed bag. I like that I have a clean stock Android experience every time, with some neat features, but I dislike the fact that the software is still a bit buggy after a series of updates. And now that we have devices like M51, well, it is getting harder to recommend it at this price just for the sake of 5G. Anyways, a comparison video of M51 and OnePlus Nord is coming really soon, so stay tuned and do like this video if it helps you out. Lastly, subscribe to stay notified. So I'll see you in the next one.